Hey everyone, thank you for watching my last video. I was really happy with the feedback that you gave me. A lot of you said that I have a really calming voice, which is really sweet, but also I got a lot of feedback about how you'd like to see a self-love video. So I thought I'd start that today by defining self-love, and I think there's a couple of definitions that I run by self-love. Most people are being sold as self-love, and what most people brand as self-love is actually not really what self-love is about. I feel like the media and maybe a couple of celebrities have twisted this meaning of self-love and made it more about possessions and materialistic objects than about yourself. Constantly buying yourself things is not self-love, and it's not part of a self-love journey. In fact, the most meaningful ways of showing yourself love will push you out of your comfort zones. Obviously, some materialistic things are for the purpose of self-love, but how do we define what is and what isn't? Well, I believe that we can define it through a few questions. You could ask yourself, does this object make me feel happy due to the opinions of myself or due to the opinions of other people? Who am I trying to impress? Who am I trying to please with this object? Also, you need to think about, will you feel the same about yourself with and without the object? Will your perceptions of yourself and your view of yourself change if you don't have this object? So for self-love to be true and to work for you, you need to go into your mind and actually really ask yourself some deeper questions. It's not just about the feeling that you get when you buy some new clothes or the feeling that you get when you buy a car. It's not about that. It's the feeling that you have with or without those objects. So what actually is self-love if it's not to do with the things that you own? Well, I believe it comes from recognizing your uniqueness. I believe that it's your life's purpose to play out anything that makes you happy in life, any hobby, any interest, whatever it is that makes you happy and on that level of joy, then it's your purpose on this planet as this being to pursue those things. And by pursuing those things, you're fulfilling your self-love. When you're living on that frequency of fulfilling the things that you love innately, other people's opinions about you, other people's words cannot harm you, because you know that what you're doing feels good for you. And it's having that confidence within this self-love journey to figure out what you do and don't like, what you do and don't enjoy. And by doing those things, you're rewarding and loving yourself. I think once you get to that point where you know what you like and you're doing that, you start to have more respect for yourself and stop trying to please people. You don't change who you are to please those people. You'll start to change who you are because that's what you want, and that's your journey, and that's how you want to grow. Putting that time and energy into yourself to grow and change and learn what you do and don't like is not selfish at all. You're actually learning about your self-worth and learning how to respect yourself. And if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I like to do morning affirmations. One of the affirmations that I like to do is, I respect myself and I love myself. And I know a lot of people struggle to say that and to mean it, but the more you feel that emotion, the more you press yes on those things, that's how you're going to end up feeling about yourself. The journey of self-love will push you out of your comfort zones, and self-love, saying those words, having that self-respect, finding those boundaries, these are all things that are going to push you out of your comfort zone. They're not going to be nice, but once you do them, you'll actually enjoy them. So I like to split self-love into a pyramid. At the bottom of the pyramid, I put self-care. In the middle of the pyramid, I put self-acceptance. At the top of the pyramid, I put self-love, and I believe that this is the journey that we go through to reaching self-love. If we remove the materialistic aspect in self-care, then we start to question the intention behind buying certain things for ourselves and our self-care. The intention needs to be that they do not complete you. You love yourself without these things, and if you don't, then you have not achieved self-love. I say becoming self-love because if you want self-love, you're not self-love. If you need self-love, you're not self-love. You have to become self-love. It's a thing that you have to change in your mind and change the way that you think. The next stage is the self-acceptance stage, and I believe that that is to do with forgiving yourself for who you were in the past, Recognising that the person you used to be is not the definition of who you are now. We can all look back and think about really embarrassing things that have happened to us and they make us cringe, but the best way of overcoming that is through an exercise, a visualisation exercise that I'm a big fan of. It's where you're imagining you're looking in the mirror at yourself, but it's not you in the present, it's you in the past. You're saying, I forgive you, thank you for this journey that you've taken me on. I'm grateful for who you were, because without you I wouldn't be who I am today. Once you've conquered that stage and you're comfortable with self-acceptance and you don't feel anxiety over who you used to be or who you are now or who you're going to be, you're moving more towards the self-love stage. You're going to a place where you can love who you are, you can love who you are, and you can love who you're going to be. And that's the top of the pyramid. That's where we want to be. That's the ultimate goal. That's when we're going to meet people who are like us. We're going to be able to deal with circumstances that are difficult. We're going to be able to deal with negative experiences. We're going to be able to deal with other people's negative opinions. We're going to be able to deal with other people's emotions that might actually not be anything to do with us, but are just a reflection of them, without feeling anxiety or without feeling hurt. We're also going to be able to deal with mistakes better when we get to that stage. Obviously we're humans and we all make mistakes, but when you're in a stage of self-love, you're going to be able to handle those mistakes better through forgiveness, gratefulness, and growth. I hope this video has scratched the surface of self-love. I don't want to go too much into it now because I really feel like each stage of my pyramid deserves a long explanation, and probably their own video. Plus, already participating in this journey without awareness that self-care is the first step to self-love. Some of us do self-care without even thinking about it, like brushing our teeth or washing our face. That's self-care, you're caring for your body. So maybe when you're doing these things, try and be more mindful, more present, thinking about them, the feelings that they give you, and how that is self-care, because then you will consciously be taking steps on your self-love journey. If you feel like you're on your self-care journey and you found yourself in the materialistic section, just try and remember to question, am I still loving myself? Am I still going to love myself without this object? Is this object giving me temporary self-love? What is its purpose? What are my intentions for getting it? So yeah, I hope you feel inspired by this video to go down a self-love journey. I hope you understand my pyramid and why I created it. If you enjoyed this, then please, I guess, message me or like it, or leave a comment below about the type of self-care that you do to help other people have inspiration. And yeah, thank you for watching.